Hello, everybody. It's Jeff Eichen here. We are live, and it is a wonderful day in the Pacific Northwest where I live. I've got my Chronic Solutions t-shirt on, and everything green is on the green screen. I've got my green screen on, so if I wiggle the green screen, it does its thing. So, anyways, it's a wonderful to be here today and to get you updated on the local news. We're going to have Chris Boucher on later today, and we're going to totally. We got Chris Boucher here. Good morning.
Good morning. Where's the show?
We're on. There you
I
are.
never got a link.
There you are. Hang on just a minute. Hang on. So we're going to go home. Okay, so that's Lawrence. I'll give you a link on your phone or on Messenger.
Computer. So I think Chris at Justiva.
But you want me to email that to you, or do you want me to?
Email. Yeah.
Okay. Hang on. Let me open up my email. Cool. Good to have you, everybody. We're talking to Chris. We're going to get him on the visuals here pretty soon, and we're rocking. Do you have the old link, because it's the same link?
I don't.
Okay. I'm gonna email it to you as soon as my email opens. And today we're gonna be talking to Chris about his insight to the incredible movement of of hemp. And so we'll get you in, Chris. Let me get my email open here. Come on, baby. And so it's great to be here today on episode 308. Last week we talked to Kim, the lady who photographed Bob Marley for High Times magazine and said that he never posed, but he was rocking and ready to pose for the High Time magazine cover. So that was really cool. Sorry you missed her, but she's always on like once a month or something like that. And so her husband, Jeffrey, actually was there the night Bob was shot and helped him to get to the hospital. Bob, oh no, I don't need to go to the hospital, Bob was saying. And but Jeffrey was there, her husband, and they're still both with us. Kim is 69 years old, everybody, and she's the one that got to hang out with Bob and photograph. And maybe we'll get some Bob stories from Chris today once he's on. So my email is opening up here, and I'm going to send you an email as soon as it allows me. So it's Justiva, Chris at Justiva.
Yeah, .com, Chris at Justiva.com.
Hang on, Chris. Let's see if it populates automatic. Chris at JUICETIVA at Justiva.com. Okay, so we got that. Now we're gonna go boom. We're gonna we say boom, and we're gonna go Zoom 3. Okay, so we're gonna go Command A and make that bigger for you. Okay, come on in, brother. Here we go. I'm gonna send that to you. And it's off. Okay, let me know if you get it. If you just text me, I'll keep my phone on my lap.
Yeah, I'm just waiting for it.
It should get in. It just left. It said downloading messages, so you should be getting it right now. And let me get Lawrence in here.
Yeah, I got it. I need a meeting ID. Here we go.
Okay, peace out.
Okay.
Okay, here we are. We are getting ready to go live, everybody. Actually, we are live, and we got Chris Boucher coming in. We got Mr. Robe Hammer with the robe on and in the globe. And thank you, Lawrence, for coming in. We love having you. And today he's going to show some artwork. Chris is going to tell us about the update on the hemp situation. we thought, Chris thought that the hemp initiative was not great and not proper for the whole environment of what we're dealing with, but in in progress. Okay, so let me see how we're doing. Okay, so I'm okay, so we are now using our StreamYard. We're live thanks to POD TV on Roku, everybody. We're on Roku. We're on YouTube. We're on a bunch of different platforms. It's really beautiful to have so many platforms available on the internet. Weed TV is going to be monetizing us and getting us in on board their shows pretty soon. And don't forget, we've got Chronic Magazine. We're doing the OG of the month, and we're being blessed by them to give us a full freaking page in Chronic Magazine. And I always say, supported by Juice Tiva. Let's see if I can do this again here. Where's my eCam? You know, some of these companies are so silly. It's like, do you remember the Bob's Big Boy? And do you remember getting a hamburger and you would talk to the Jack in the Box? Well, they're gone. They're gone. Well, my eCam had a little incredible logo for the last 10 years, and so did StreamYard, and they got rid of their cool logos with the bunny rabbit and the bear and everything. So now I just wanted to find my eCam to show you all that we are right there. Look at that, everybody. Look at that, Mr. Chris. We are supported by JuiceTiva.com with my bitchin' software here. And, Chris doesn't have the incredible, what do you call it when you go public, yet, with killing the industry with getting all the way global and everything with his juice. But he'll tell you a little bit about how big he wants to get, how big he is, how many acres he grows. And he's one of my heroes. And I've known Chris since surfboards with Woody, playing hoops in Costa Mesa in the industrial park inside. And what do you think I'm wearing?
I love that hat. That's the old Ford hemp hat we did in 1993 or 4.
Yeah, well, it's kind of cool. Yeah, I've been wearing that for about 3 days, and I just decided that, yeah, we're gonna have Chris on today, and we'll totally wear one of his hats. I think Chris must have sold, between, I mean, look at that fabric, everybody. Why are you growing dirty cotton?
That's 100% long fiber hemp. That's the highest quality hemp you can get.
I mean, why isn't Couture? Why aren't they walking the ramps with beautiful linen like better than, I mean, the whole industry is dirty because the people that are picking the frickin' cotton, everybody, are breathing glyphosates. And it's the same as the vinyl industry. The people die early in the movie Blue Vinyl, which I saw 20 years ago. And it's a known factor that those people in that industry, your mom, your dad, your grandmother, your sister, your brother, that work in either industry, cotton or vinyl, are breathing the toxins of these, and it's known that they're dying early. That whole industry dies early. So people are, I don't like the word stupid, just misinformed. Tell us about hemp and wait. Let me run for everybody. Sit back for a minute. I'm going to run my intro because I haven't done that yet. So everybody take a break and let's run our intro because it's the beginning of my show and an intro is kind of cool to have. Let's see if we can bring our intro in here. So we're going to stop screen share for a minute and let's go with our intro. So video file, cool. Let's get our intro here. So here we go, everybody. See if it'll come in here.
Side effects include sneezing, wheezing, labor, breathing, trouble speaking, sleeping, eating, hemorrhages, internal bleeding, feeling short of breath, nausea, dry mouth, coughing, fever, blockages of the ureter, choking, bloating, tremors, seizures, coma, stroke, or death, mood swings, muscle aches, weight gain, fugue states, osteoporosis, sudden psychosis, supercalifragilisticexpialidocious, masochism, vampirism, sudden necromanticism, phantom limbs, fanaticism, chronic deja vu, transient telepathy, changes in your destiny, ancient forms of leprosy, chronic deja vu, loss of hair, weight, smell, taste, balance, vision, hearing, strength, loss of memory, will to live, sense of self, fucks to give. Do not take this medication if you are pregnant, breastfeeding, or a human person. Ask your doctor if it's right for you. Hey, you should try our new prescription medication.
Today we are excited to have Chris Boucher from Juictiva to set the record straight on hemp. Back here, and we're gonna share our screen and bring Chris back. So it's time to get our Zoom meeting. Here we are. So we're super excited. I'm going to mute everybody here. I'm going to mute both Chris and Lawrence. Our incredible intro didn't go all the way, but it says that Chris is going to join us and tell us a little bit about, let me see if I can get everybody, let me see if I can get the, I'm going to try to get you guys and gals a little explanation about Chris, what his insight was this week about the industry and how things are changing or not changing. But here's the bottom line here, I believe. So Chris, tell us about this. You're muted, Chris. You're still muted. Here, I'll get you to unmute here. Ask to unmute. There you go.
Okay. Yeah. Before I go anywhere, I just want to give thanks and praises that we're all here today. And today's the anniversary of the passing of Jack Hera, April 15th. He went out on tax day. Yeah, this is Jack's anniversary of going to hemp heaven.
Wow. Let me text Dan and see if Dan will pop in.
Yeah. So anyways, I just kind of, it's a good, just wanted to make everybody aware of that. And yeah, I'm always thankful for Jack and getting us on this path.
Well, before we talk about Juictiva, let's have a flow here. So everybody, my recommendation is that when you're in flow, magic lives right behind it or next door to it. So let's stay on Jack flow. Give us a Jack story that nobody knows.
What's a good Jack story? Gosh, one time we were at the airport and he had it was right after 96, the 215 flying to San Francisco, and we got pulled aside because he had pot on him. And the agent wanted to arrest Jack, and Jack said, no, it's legal. This is Prop 215. And the guy's like, marijuana's not legal, and you're going to go to jail. And Jack said, get the chief of police down here. So the chief of the LA police, the LA airport police, the LA airport has their own police department. And the guy came down, and the chief, and basically, he knew the law. Jack told him the law. and the chief told the rookie cop, "Hey, let him go." The guy says, "I'm not letting him go. He's got dope on him. He's in an airport. He's got marijuana. This can't be legal." And the chief of police said, "He can fly with it. Let him go. It's a law." Oh, it was crazy.
And that was the year that the Jeff Eichenster, me, everybody, Jack gave me $301 bills, and I went to Southwest and flew the initiative to Sacramento and walked it in the state capitol.
Yeah,
because they were all too stoned. They were all too stoned, and it was like going to be late the next day. And so we got right in under the cover, and the lady took my "Hemp Will Save the Planet" button off my lapel, and she was putting it on, and I was in tears watching her get in the elevator saying, "I think I did something good." You know? Well, let's welcome Kim and Lawrence. Lawrence is vacant. Kim, say hi to Chris. Have you guys met? Have you met Chris before?
I don't think so.
Chris worked with Woody Harrelson in the hemp industry back in the 90s. And so Kim also worked with Woody. Chris.
Yeah. On Cheers with your sister Sherry.
Yeah, Chris.
Hey.
So
Very nice to meet you. I think we maybe met before. I don't know. Must have.
Probably here.
Yes.
yeah, it's a nice place to join forces, everybody. We're still, I still got your cover up from last week. Kim's lovely husband, Jeffrey, or Jeff, tell me that if I'm wrong or right, that he was there in Jamaica when Bob was shot.
Yeah, well, he actually arrived on the Friday that Bob was shot because he was Bob's publicist. He was going down there to shoot the concert that Bob was going to do that weekend. And as soon as he arrived, he found out that Bob had just been shot. And he went straight to the hospital to be with him and went with him up into the hills afterward. And everyone was telling Bob to just stay put up in the mountains and not do the show on Sunday. And Jeffrey was saying, if you don't do it, then the gunmen have won. So ultimately, Bob decided to do the concert. And it was sort of a turning point in his life and very influential for all of his kids that he had the bravery to go ahead and do it.
To be even more of a activist, of a freedom fighter.
Yeah, to not be intimidated.
Right.
And you see my Bob. Here, I got a nice Bob painting here, like a picture.
Check this out, Kim.
See this?
Oh, is that from Santa Barbara?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's levitating.
Yeah, I shot that concert at Santa Barbara. Some of the pictures are in my book.
Oh, nice. Nice. This was Scott Price. Did you know Scott Price?
No, I don't know too many. They're still photographers.
No, he was a photographer.
Yeah.
But I have one good Bob Marley hemp story. In 1994, I was at a trade show in Florida, and Bob Marley's mother, Sedella, came in my booth, and she had never seen hemp fabric. And she was touching the fabric, and one of my sales guys says, "That's Bob Marley's mom." And I said, "No, it's not." And he goes, "No, it is. It is." I turned around, and she was glowing purple, and she said, "My son prophesied about this." She was just in shock that she saw all the hemp clothing and the hemp fabrics and the hemp seed. She had just never seen it. It was 94. And she immediately invited me. She said, "Can you come to my son's house?" And she would always talk as Bob, first person. She says, "Come to my son's house down in Coconut Grove." And after the trade show, we went down to Coconut Grove to Bob Marley's house. When he passed, he gave the house to his mom and his brother Richie, and his half brother and half sister. And long story short, I made her a bunch of hemp food, gave her hemp clothing, and we became really good friends over the years. I went there several times. I actually took Woody there. Woody said, "You know Bob Marley's mom?" I said, "Yeah." He goes, Can I visit her?" And so we took Woody down, and it was quite interesting. And then I'll leave it at this. So we had done a bunch of hemp merchandise for 9 Mile. They have a Bob Marley store at 9 Mile where he's buried. And we did a bunch of wallets and hats, just like Jeff has, with 9 Mile on it. And so she said to me, I want you to make something for my son, you know. I said, okay. And it was a 8.5-foot piece of hemp fabric. She just wanted it sewn, a big piece. I said, okay. It was just, you know, a rectangular piece of hemp fabric that we sewed up. And she called me like a week later after she got it, and she says, can you meet me in Miami? We're all going to go see my son at 9 Mile. And I couldn't make it. She called me 2 days before they were going, the plane ticket. And I didn't know really what's going on. So they went, and my friend went with them, and they took the piece of hemp fabric that I made, and they went into his mausoleum. They opened the door, and they laid the fabric on top of his sarcophagus. And when I found that out, I said, wow. And I said, well, what was, like, why? And she says, oh, Bob would like to have a nice piece of hemp fabric on top of him. So I guess and I could have gone, but it was quite a simple, amazing story that just blew my mind. But yeah, there's a piece of hemp fabric that's on top of his sarcophagus inside the mausoleum down there in 9 Mile.
Nice. Yeah. I just wanted to let you guys know that on Hulu on 420, they're going to be doing a series of little short documentaries about the whole legalization, all, you know, supporting herb. And one of the little docs is about High Times magazine, and it'll have my pictures in it.
Oh, great.
My son, when he was like 2.5 years old and thought he was a Rasta, and was with us when I shot that High Times cover of Bob with the herb.
That's amazing. You got to meet Bob. Yeah, that was...
many.
I became good friends with his half brother Richie and his mom. I went to the house several times, and she was blown away about the hemp, and it was just great. It would have never happened if I wasn't in hemp and I wasn't at a trade show in Florida, and it was just random. She was in my booth, and the rest was my history.
That's great. My husband and I both worked with Ziggy. He interviewed us at length for both the extensive documentary he did about his dad, and also about the One Love film, the fictionalized version, which was kind of his love letter to his parents. And they cast an actor to play my husband for the scene where he's encouraging the concert. Yeah.
Well, it's so good to meet you.
And I wanted to let everybody know, if you're in LA, the LA Festival of Books is this weekend, and I'm going to be there all day Saturday at booth 304, the Writers and Publishers Network, and I'll have my Bob Marley book there, and I'll have my Len's Woman in Love, my novel there, and so come say hello.
Is it at USC? Where's it at?
It's at USC all day long weekend, and I'll be there all day Saturday. I'm going to give away little love buttons that have the peace sign in it, like on the cover of the book. So come say hello.
Good for you. Wow. Yeah, I've been to that. It's a great venue, the book show there at USC.
And Jeff's niece is going to be there too.
Oh, no way. Emma's going to be there with her book?
Emma's going to be there with her latest book. Yeah.
Oh, great. I wonder... God, is she on book 4 or 5? She's been fairly prolific, yeah. So Emma, here's Uncle Jeff saying hemp hooray, and to all the book publishers, to the High Timers, and let's welcome everybody else on board. And then Chris, you're going to tell us a little bit about the appropriations. Hang on.
Yeah, I might have to get going soon here, but I can tell you. If you'd like me to explain. So
yeah,
everyone knows the whole hemp law, the federal laws that have been going on outlawing hemp. It's just a disaster. The THC percentage and all the different states, California banning all hemp products pretty much for when it has any CBD or any CBD oils and et cetera, et cetera. So, the new 2026 Agricultural Appropriations Act actually defined and explicitly includes edible hemp leaf and microgreen products under the word industrial hemp. And it excludes it from CBD and all the other derivatives that come out of the plant. So it includes it with hemp protein powder, hemp seed, hemp fiber. They're trying to define the word industrial hemp. What is it? And of course, the leaf is the most prosperous product on the plant. And so they know it. The FDA and the USDA know that the leaf is going to be a superfood in the future. We've got universities that are already extracting protein out of the leaf, Robusco protein, which is one of the most important proteins on the planet, and hemp happens to produce most of it. So we're going to see the leaf and microgreens showing up soon. Hopefully, I've been
You should try our new prescription medication. Side effects include sneezing, wheezing, labor, breathing, trouble speaking, sleeping, eating, hemorrhages, internal bleeding, feeling short of breath, nausea, dry mouth, coughing, fever, blockages of the ureter, choking, bloating, tremor, seizures, coma, stroke, or death, mood swings, muscle aches, weight gain, fugue states, osteoporosis, sudden psychosis, supercalifragilisticexpialidocious, masochism, vampirism, sudden necromanticism, phantom limbs, fanaticism, chronic deja vu, transient telepathy, changes in your destiny, ancient forms of leprosy, chronic deja vu, loss of hair, weight, smell, taste, balance, vision, hearing, strength, loss of memory, will to live, sense of self, fucks to give. Do not take this medication if you are pregnant, breastfeeding, or a human person. Ask your doctor if it's right for you. Hey, you should try our new prescription medication.
Today we are excited to have Chris Boucher from Justiva to set the record straight on hemp.
President Trump, please release and pardon Edwin Rubis. He is still in prison for a non-buy cannabis
Free
crime.
the prisoners, free the plant, free the planet, free yourself.
Don't forget, Aries, brothers and sisters, Chronic Magazine is having their event this Saturday, 4/18. And don't forget High Times and Charlotte from Charlotte's Web. And Freedom Grow and Beard Brothers are having an event that's going to be awesome. So let's end Prohibition, everybody. Love and Light, Jeff Eichen. Episode 308 is all about legacy. I call the people in the industry that are activists and tireless OGs. It's a noun, OG. One involved with like-minded others that provide a level of organization and resources that support much larger and more complex transactions than an individual could achieve. We, OGs, a real gangster, is someone who stands up for what we believe in, who fights for what they want, who works relentlessly to reach their goals. A real gangster works with a team to create a network. Some call this organized crime. I call it being a real OG. The real crime is sitting down and standing back and not letting others dictate your world. Let's stand up together and let's grid out the world, because the world we see is a world of equality, prosperity, and connectivity. OGs rise up to the occasion of being the change. What pill are you going to take? Jeff Eichen here with Weeds Day, episode 304. And like a cigarette or an addict or a dieter, I find myself sitting all over again from square one in my efforts, and my efforts alter, control how I employ social media in my life. It is also very powerful, and as it is a conduit to straight into our consciousness. It is valuable and essential in some ways, but dangerous and damaging in others, because it's merely a tool that can be used or abused, and Zucky Poo wants it wielded just as it was designed. The struggle is real. That was a quote I got from Vivian McPeak, HempFest promoter, designer, and OG. So our legacy is to use social media responsibly and to get up, stand up for your rights. Jeff Eichen, episode 304. Sorry to be windbag today, but it's all about legacy. What's your legacy? Climb on board. We're going to do the concert. Okay. Peace in the Middle East. Good afternoon, everybody. Rest in peace, brother E-Love from Public Enemy, and Joe Chronic's incredible friend and partner in crime, and help us from the other side, E-Love. Your music was beautiful.
Cannabis is the greatest plant on this earth. And it should be used properly. And don't believe all that negative propaganda that has been forced upon us over the last 100 years or so.
I'm trending a cannabis art gallery with beautiful images on hemp and hemp plastic and the handmade paper that we're going to get from Paul Stanford in Portland. So my mission is to get everybody on the planet to give me a peace sign, and then I'll have a peace sign art show, book, and share it with the world. It's the only way to end war. So if you ever wanted to be an activist in our new green farmy, you can totally contact me, and we're going to be rebranding relieffoundation.org. Will now be relieffoundation-foundation.net. So everybody, it's time. It's freaking time. Let's end this and give thanks for all the OGs, Willie at the Super Bowl, and Tom Lehrman at Harvest Cup, and Bobby MAGA.
Can change that. Sign the petition, raise your voice, and Edwin Rubis has spent decades behind bars for a non-violent marijuana conviction. While the world moves forward, he's still locked up for a plant. Together, we can change that. Sign the petition, raise your voice, and...
Okay, love you, man. Let's get me there. I love you.
Bye.
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 Happy parade.
This is Tommy Chong for Lifers Madness.
Good afternoon, everybody. Is this thing on? Tap, tap, tap. Happy parade.
Free the prisoners, free the plant, free the planet, free yourself.
Ooh. Okay, it's me, Jeff Eichen, and I am going to do a wrap-up here today. Wrap-up, quite a show. Jack Hare's memorial. Rest in peace, Brother Jack. We love you so much. And that's the Jack Hare. Let's see here if we can add to our little party here. So if we go, the father of hemp, R-I-P-J-A-C-K. So everybody, repeat after me. Jack Hare like terror. So it's incredible that I got to hang out with Jack so often and many times, and he wrote the book, one of the iterations in my house on Berry Street in Los Angeles, south of Pico and Venice Boulevard. And today we honor Jack for beginning the movement of freeing the plant and the prisoners and getting the awareness. And all of his books, I don't have one here in my hand, but all of his books say freaking, you know, that it's the most beautiful plant on the planet. So we heard from Chris Boucher today, who hung out with Jack, who hung out with Bob Marley and Bob Marley's mom. We hung and talked about Juicetiva. So Hemp World at juicetiva.com will give you a 20% discount on one of the most bioavailable plant powders on the planet. If you're not sick, you should still take things that help you and stop putting in cotton candy and GMO crap. You know, get yourself straight. And marijuana is definitely safer than alcohol. And so we had Chris from Juicetiva on today. we had incredible Kim. We had Kim who photographed Bob Marley for High Times Magazine, and she's going to be at the Los Angeles Book show this weekend on Saturday with my with my niece Emma for her new book, and so that's pretty amazing. Emma's just so prolific, and that's kind of what my dad taught us, is to be prolific, not to stop, and make something every day, everybody. I do a photograph every day. So we also had Peter on today. Peter's kind of my right-hand man, and he's hanging out with us down in Arizona, and he's sharing his goodness that nobody should be in jail for a plant, because it's helped him to gain weight and get back on his legs and feet. Plants do, from mushrooms to to Marihuchi, Chihuahua, Chamama. And so sprout your seeds, everybody, get them going. And then we had Lawrence today, Lawrence Cherniak, the hemp emperor, the hash emperor, maybe. He had a different name for himself. It wasn't king, it wasn't emperor, it was maybe the hemp guru, but nonetheless, he showed his artwork, his paintings of the seed opening up and popping out and coming into this world. So everything's a spirit and a great animal, and nobody should be in jail for a plant. So again, excuse my windbagness, but I say to everybody, especially like at the Oregon Country Fair and at the Prince concerts, they have all of these signs and banners everywhere. When I was at the Prince concerts with Prince and the Revolution, it just said yes everywhere. We've heard no so many times in our life. Oh, here's a little picture of incredible. Let's see if we can bring this to the front here. Incredible growth for springtime. So get your plants going, everybody. But yes, the answer, the word of the day is platitude and attitude, and yes, yes, yes. Change platitude to attitude and say yes. So Oregon Country Fair, here we come. Thank you to everybody who's doing their work for awareness. I don't like the word war. I don't like the word fight. So we're making aware that people should be home for this beautiful plant. And that's basically what I'm doing. Oh, and there is a concert also happening for Freedom Grow with the Beard Bros. And so all the proceeds will go to the pot that sorry for the double entendre, but for the fund for bringing the prisoners home, helping them with their lawyers, and ending prohibition once and for all. Jeff Eichen, I'm out. 3 is your new peace sign. And it used to be 321, F Schedule 1, but now they're going to go to Schedule 3. So that's a shapy, incredible thing. But Chris also told us that the hemp evolution is a good thing, the Appropriations Act. So watch my show again and find out more about the hemp appropriations from Chris and justiva.com. Remember, Hemp World is the discount code. So thank you, everybody. I can't say any more. I'm done. Peace out. And love you to everybody that is on my team. And they say when the enemy is hungry, if there are any enemies, when the enemy is hungry, feed them. So get your hemp seed, everybody. Get it at Costco, but it's organic, okay? So don't panic. I'm out of here. Hemp, hemp, hooray.